Bawku.
The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare the table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I even. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadama we gurumabi tela exact beer tana istalina ba shante 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 shante. Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this Lord I see I did it sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth fat fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they sow them dear like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sinner man, them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah. Beloved, we are the righteous and we are the sinner man, them always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe! Kadamawe Gurumabi Atela Exact beer Tanaistalina Bashanti Shanti 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 Atela where twos and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah. There's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder, I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman, I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. Aw, mauso bolisa. Aw, mauso bolisa. Aw, mauso bolisa. Adanu wato. Ewo asikle afo. Agbeno heavy. Megba fumato. Agbeno heavy. Megba fumato. Jakpata beda vio. Monyeko. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonum, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you and we love you. Remember, this is the traditional African setting. And in every traditional home, right here in Africa, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something sumptuous cooking. But not before ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, colors, and even aromas join the black pot. There is a subjection of heat, and then sumptuous food is prepared and produced. And interestingly, not even the black pot nor the ingredients benefit from the eating of the sumptuous food. It's the eaters, you and I. Yet, every time there is that collaboration to produce food, collaboration between the black pot and the ingredients, it never ceases. Generational thinking. Does it really matter who benefits from what we do today? As long as it's the next generation that benefits from our positivity, do we really have to ask ourselves who will benefit from this? For so long we have planted onions, pepper, and even tomatoes. One season crops so we can harvest quickly, eat quickly, sleep quickly, die quickly, and go quickly. Time now to plant trees. And these trees, we know we might not live long enough to benefit from the shade of these wonderful trees and even the fruits. But does it really matter? We are enjoying trees that were planted by generations before us. Why can't we do the same for generations yet to come? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we talk about generational thinking. We are changing the mindset of the average African. Here we don't do politics. What we talk about is patriotism and not politics. Here we don't criticize. If we must criticize, though, we would only criticize to build and never to destroy. That is why we always say we are in the service of God and country. My name, Blakk Rasta. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV, and we are seen all over the world via the power of satellite. We are also on Loud Silence TV, live. And interestingly, we are #1 when it comes to Pan-Africanism on TV. And thanks to you for making us #1. We are also on YouTube, and our name is Black Empire Media. Black Empire Media. Please visit our Facebook pages, also our Twitter pages and Instagram pages. We are everywhere on social media, Black Empire Media. And most importantly to us, we would like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button so you don't miss any of these wonderful stories we bring to you day after day. This is the Black Pot. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Make sure you talk to us and do business with us. We love you. This is the Black Pot, where we bring you nothing but speaking truth to power. And today we have a number of stories we want to unleash on you. Now, the very first story we are looking at today has some football undertones. Ghana football at war with Gabby Ochiridakun. And it's a question mark. Who is Gabby Ochiridakun? This is the pseudo prime minister of the Republic of Ghana. His uncle is the president of the Republic of Ghana. Yes, that's his uncle. At the same time, this man here was born in Chelsea at the time that he had the chance to pick up a British citizenship, and he grabbed it. So he's Ghanaian British. He had his training as a journalist. Later we heard that he's also in the legal profession. So he's a lawyer and journalist. He's a very vocal person when it comes to our politics in this country. We have always said it, dual citizenship, and I've always been against it. You cannot look into the eye of a needle with two eyes. Neither can you look into the neck of a bottle with both eyes. One has to close. Now, when you are a citizenship of... Take it again from top. I don't like this. Please, let's take it again. Kai, sure, yeah. Now, the very first story we are looking at today seems to have some football undertones. And what is it saying? Ghana football at war with Gabby Ochiridakun. And it's a question mark. Is it true? Is it not true? But who is Gabby Ochiridakun at all? That's him. Very handsome man, isn't he? Bald-headed. Sexy bald head. That's who he is. He was born in Chelsea, according to information available to us in England. Born in Chelsea in England at a time when he had the chance to grab a British citizenship. And he grabbed it. So he's Ghanaian and British at the same time. He loves his British citizenship so much so that he doesn't want to lose it for anything. Now, to hold a public office in Ghana, you must be 100% Ghanaian citizenship or renounce your British citizenship. That is if you have both. He has both. And he loves the British citizenship so much so that he will never give it up for anything. So what are we talking about? He grabs the two, and he does not want to hold any public office in Ghana. Maybe because of his British citizenship. Interestingly, his uncle is the president. It reminds me of Opongwea of Liberia, who is the president of Liberia, and his son is playing football for America in the American national team, and he is a citizen of America. Interesting, isn't it? Father is an African president. Son is an American citizen playing for the American national team, and father will take the African tax, sit in an aeroplane chartered, fly all the way to go and support his son play against his African continent. Hallelujah. Gabby Asare-Ochedakun's uncle is this man, also bald-headed. And that's Nana Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Does he need any public office? He doesn't. He doesn't need it. Many people believe that this is the pseudo Prime Minister of the Republic of Ghana. He calls the shots. If you offend him, you offend the presidency. If you touch him, you touch the presidency. He's a free guy. I like him in some aspects. He will meet you and talk to you freely. And that thing about him is commendable. But this is a political think tank. This is a political elephant. He's huge. Gabby Asare-Ochedaku, in the past, has been suspected to call some big shots, even though this was denied in some circles. Number one, do you remember the issue about the cathedral? That demonic cathedral that got God so angry that he has made Ghana so poor, we have to run back to the IMF and start begging. President said he was building a house for God because he promised God that if he made him president, he would build him a house. Ghanaians did not have the resources. Instead of going out and looking for private resources, he was forcing this dirty cathedral down our throats, forcing the Ghanaian taxpayer to fund this. You know what they did? They needed a design to start it all. So they needed a powerful architect who could do that. No Ghanaian architect was good enough to do this. Gabby Asare-Ochedaku went all the way to England to pick his very good friend, a renowned architect by name Sir David Adjaye. Sir David Adjaye is knighted by the Queen of England. He has more allegiance to the British than to the Ghanaians. Should I tell you more? His father was a minister. In fact, an ambassador in Kwame Nkrumah's government. This man here had the opportunity to go all the way to Tanzania where he was born. He traveled to Egypt, Syria, and all those places on ambassadorial duties with his father. So he had some diplomatic kind of lifestyle right from the start. He landed in England, probably because after Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, some of these ambassadors were being hunted down. So he decided probably to seek asylum in England, where this man here, Sir David Adjaye, was able to get British citizenship and all that. It's just a conjecture. Because information on this man is not so much into his background. So what happened? He started doing his architecture. He's one of the finest brains we have. And boom, he's designed so many of the wonderful things around the world. In fact, he's a wonderful think tank when it comes to architecture. The designs. So David Adjaye was brought into this country by Gabby Asare-Ochedaku. And he designed that cathedral. He took a big chunk of money. We were told that, oh, he charges more than this. But because this is his country, he took a little bit of money. When later we went into how much he took, we asked ourselves, so this is the little that we said he took. At a point, they needed him to also design a small portion of it. They wanted to build another part to join the cathedral. And he took some extra money to alter this design. More money. No mercy for his hemorrhaging country, Ghana. I'm sure if the Queen of England had asked him to come and design something for free, he would have wholeheartedly done it. But for Ghana, despite our poverty status, he took all his money and left. We talked about it in the media. Gabby also came and spoke about it. And Now this work has stalled. There's no money. We are all running to the IMF to beg so that we'll be able to complete this dirty cathedral. I pray that it is never done, not in the presidency of Nana Akufo-Addo. We have given our reasons in the past. Today we want to concentrate. Now all of a sudden, earlier today, I saw something in the media and I laughed. Gabby at it again. After bringing us, said David J, to siphon our money, this time around, he's going to bring a fellow Brit, an Englishman, and his name is Chris Hilton. Gabby Ocheridaku breaks silence on allegations of imposing Chris Hilton on GFA. Read the story. Watch it. Watch it. It's coming. It says, leading member of the National Patriotic Party. Did I say national? New Patriotic Party, because this cannot be national. It doesn't think national. The New Patriotic Party, and even the patriotic there is sick. I think they should rather call it the New Unpatriotic Party, because these people are not exhibiting anything patriotic. Do you agree with me? Now, leading member of the New Unpatriotic Party, Gabby Asari Ocheridaku, has rejected claims that he was influential in the appointment of Chris Hilton as Black Stars coach. Gabby Asari Ocheridaku has been accused by a section of the Ghanaian media for using his influence at the presidency to impose Chris Hilton on the FA. Come here. Come here. Watch this. There have been suggestions that the failure of the FA to give Chris Hilton a long-term contract is due to their aversion to his appointment. In a video cited on a YouTube channel, the legal practitioner dismissed the allegations, insisting that the FA made the call on Chris Hilton. Gabby Asari Ocheridaku disclosed his relationship with Chris Hilton, explaining that they are good friends despite their support for rival clubs in England. Gabby Ocheridaku also noted that the Ghana Football Association made the right call by calling Chris Hilton on as head coach of the Black Stars. Chris Hilton was brought by the GFA, not me. Chris and I have been good friends for a long time. He is a Tottenham fan, and I am an Arsenal fan. President is a Tottenham fan, and I am an Arsenal fan. But we are good friends. These things happen because God works in mysterious ways of putting strange people together. Hold it there. Hold it there. Bring it back. Listen, he says he's a what fan? Arsenal fan. What happened to Real Tamale United? What happened to Asante Kotoko? What happened to Bofuakwa? What happened to Akaraka Cho boys? What happened to Tamale City? What happened to Swedro All Blacks? No, these are not Ghanaians talking. They were born and bred in England. They eat British food, not Ghanaian food. So they are talking British clubs. Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester. And they have a way of saying it. Honestly, I don't know the difference between Tottenham and Arsenal. I don't know it. And I'm proud to say that I know about Asante Kotoko, House of Oak, Real Tamale United, Bofuakwa, Swedro All Blacks, and all that. These are the people who killed Ghana football. He says the president of Ghana is a Tottenham fan. What a disgrace. Why is he not a fan of Asante Kotoko? You go to the stadium, there are only 4 supporters who are there for a big match. Asante Kotoko and House of Oak. Because of your president being a Tottenham fan. Have you ever seen the president come out and say that, well, our football is dwindling. Today I'm going to be at the stadium. A big match between Asante Kotoko and Real Tamale United. Or House of Oak. So I'm going to sit down there. And it's not an occasion. I am just going there. Let it be announced and see the number of people who go to the park. No. They would rather go and tweet about Tottenham, how the coach is not doing well, how his bald head attracts flies, and how his beard looks like a brush, ancient days brush. How does that help Ghanaian football? But it tells you the kind of people they are. Run the story. He says what? Next one. He says, Chris is the choice of the GFA. And I think that it is a good decision. When there is a vacancy anywhere, people lobby. And at the time, most people thought he deserved the job. GFA also needed someone who knew the team. He said, Chris Hilton has signed a 21-month contract as head coach of the Black Stars with a charge to qualify and impress at the 2023 AFCON. How many months? 21 months. How many months do we have in a year? 12. So 2 years will be 24 months. So this is 2 years minus 3 months. So it's almost 2 years. Chris Hilton began his Black Stars journey last month, winning his debut game against Angola in 2023 at AFCON qualifier. I wanted a black coach, a Ghanaian coach, so that our football can also grow. The same way the Brazilians impressed on Edson Arantes de Nascimento, a.k.a. Pele, to stay in Brazil and help the Brazilian football grow. I would have loved that we have an inborn coach. They tried a couple of coaches. And what did they do? They frustrated those coaches. And every time they tell you it won't work until we have a foreign coach. That's the mentality. Why not? When your president is a Tottenham fan, when Gabby is an Arsenal fan, what the heck is happening? At the end of the day, we need a president who is an Asante Kotoko fan or real Tamale United fan. If he's not seeing what he wants to see in the national football, he would make sure that it works. But if they are Tottenham fans, they don't even know what is happening in our football. My brother, my sister, so people are angry that Gabby brought this guy. Something tells me that Chris Hilton is going to be able to do something for the Black Stars. But lest this be the last time we are going for a foreign coach. We need to develop our own. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with the game of football. It has everything to do with patriotism and Pan-Africanism. All the coaches who won us laurels were black coaches. I wish Chris Hilton all the best. And I pray that he's able to do well. Chris Hilton, yes. I wish him all the best. That's him. Something tells me that he will be able to do something. And we pray that he's able to do that. Too much experimentation. We brought a Ghanaian German coach. Give me his photograph. Something Ado. That's his name, right? Otu Ado. Come here. We brought him here. The same dual citizenship thing killed us. 98% of his body was in Germany. 2% was in Ghana. He's more German than Ghanaian. Dual citizenship. There were some players who even refused to play for Ghana because their Ghanaian fathers slapped their mothers when they were little children. So they took it personal. If my Ghanaian father slapped my British mother or German mother when I was 5 years, I don't want to have anything to do with Ghana. They personalize the whole thing. They have no patriotism. This is Otuado. He resigned so rudely. He told the president that, listen, if you want me to take up the Black Stars job, I'll take it, but I will never leave my German job. He was playing for the Ghana team, but he became an assistant German coach. And what happened? He didn't want to leave that job and come and be with the Black Stars. He didn't want it. Finally, he resigned and went back after destroying the team. After destroying the team, he left it and went to be back in Germany there to continue his German lifestyle. We've stayed so long on this story, right? This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunamo. So Gabby, is he responsible for this? I wouldn't be surprised if he is. Are the fans right? Are they wrong? What I know is that we can't trust these people. I don't think they love this country, or else they would have shed off their British skin, so they will be full Ghanaians. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, we have a very new app, and it's called Is It. And Is It means in spirit and in truth. Are you fed up with social media's nonsense? So much nakedness, so much negativity. This is the app for you. You can make video calls. You can make all kinds of calls. But it is monitored for negativity. Anything that is negative will never come up because of the way the algorithms are done. And because those around it and behind it are making sure that this app will stand firm and positive. Positivity is the root. It's called Is It. And it's on App Store and Play Store. Download it and start to use it. There are so many people on it. And interestingly, it's a Ghanaian app, an African app. Be part of history. Use it now. And we are first to be talking about this on TV, a Pan-African show. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. I'm going to be very brief with this. Watch it. Prophet Nigel Gaisie seduced my wife. You know what it means to say seduce? To sexually entice. That's what it means to seduce. It doesn't mean to have sex with. No. If I say I seduced her, it means that I enticed her sexually. And if I succeeded in seducing her, then we ended up in bed. But to seduce doesn't mean to have sex. It simply means to entice somebody sexually. I'll give you an example. If a young lady enters this room and starts walking around in skimpy wears and showing her everything and looking at us and throwing her tongue all like that, she is seducing us. She's a seductress. Sometimes we need to go into the grammar class so people can understand properly. Prophet Nigel Gaisie seduced my wife. This is the prophet. I love this man. In fact, I went to his church for years. I met him at a park. I went to the park to pray. And there he was also praying. And then he had also come there to minister. Oh, boom. He saw me and gave me a prophecy. It came to pass. He told me some other things and invited me to come over. So much respect he gave to me. So the first time I actually sat in a church to listen to a man of God and attach spirituality to the thing was in this man's church. I give him respect and I honor him for that. This is Prophet Nigel Gaisie. Prophetic Hill Chapel is his church. Prophetic Hill Chapel. His church used to be called the True Word Prophetic Fire Ministry. True Word Prophetic Fire Ministry. That's me and him. Yes. And this at Xylophone, when we had an interview, you can see Xylophone at the back. I love him. Prophet Nigel Gaisie. Now the interesting thing is this. There was a day I was in the church, front row, sitting down quietly meditating, when a young man came to join me. Nana Romeo. That's him. I had known Nana Romeo from Obuasi, where I had gone for a concert, reggae concert. And he interviewed me. I liked how he did his things. In fact, at the time, I told him that he spoke just like Abeku Santana. another of our colleagues right here in Accra. In fact, I knew that he had a bright future. He spoke French. From Obuasi, people called from all over to go and all that, and he spoke French to them, bilingual, impeccable French. I told him that I was going to try and make his dream of broadcasting in Accra come to pass. I will not boast that I played a role. No, I didn't have time to play that role, but he was able to make it to Accra. And he started making his own inroads. Since he came to Accra, we never met till that day in the church. And he sat by me. Then he said, "Oh, Blakk Rasta, I thought you were Muslim." Before I could say anything, he said, "I'm a Muslim too." I didn't need to ask him then, "Why are you here?" Because anywhere the name of God is mentioned, I belong there. So he told me, "Oh yeah, Prophet Nigel Gaisie invited me and I came here." I said, "Oh yeah, good. It's good that you are here. Let's listen to what he has for you." He said, "I'm checking it out to see if this is a place I would like to regularly come to." I liked his honesty. I'm telling you personal things. I met him only once. Then all of a sudden, a few months down the line, I was hearing some things that the Prophet Nigel Gaisie, had taken his girlfriend. I called him. I said, "This is what I'm hearing." He said, "Yes, it's true, but I don't really want to talk about it. But you are my big brother, I can tell you." That's what he did to me. And he gave me some details. I called Prophet Nigel. "Prophet Nigel, did you do this?" He said, "Do you believe this nonsense? Forget about this, people. They have a way of getting clicks for themselves." I left it there. Then earlier today, I saw this. Prophet Nigel Gaisie slept with my girlfriend. Nana Romeo breaks silence. So you see, he told me several months back that it was true, but he didn't want to go into it. So he was right that he didn't want to go into it. Now he's saying that he's breaking his silence. I'm not saying what he's saying is the truth. I'm saying that what he told me, that he would hold the story for the time being. Now he's out. Come here, let's read the story. Let's read it. It says, almost 3 years after claims that Nigel Gaisie snatched the girlfriend of Nana Romeo, the radio presenter has narrated what led to the incident he described as unfortunate and shocking. According to Nana Romeo, Nigel Gaisie indeed had an affair. You know what that means? With his girlfriend. That's Nana Romeo's girlfriend. And whenever he thinks about how unfairly the preacher man treated him, he experiences pain. Kuse, 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 kuse. In June 2020, actress and comedian Efia Schwarzenegger suggested that Nigel Gaisie had an affair with Nana Romeo's wife, a reason the radio presenter's beautiful relationship with the pastor soured. In one of her rants, she admitted, "What did he, Nigel Gaisie, do to your wife? Yes, we also have facts. We warned you, you didn't listen. You see your stubbornness." The assertion was trumpeted by one Kakra AXIM, who I know personally. He was a pastor in the church, who claimed to be a former junior pastor. He actually was a former junior pastor. Corroborating Efia Schwarzenegger's suggestion, Kakra AXIM alleged that Nana Romeo made Nigel Gaisie a godfather, which is true, and opened up to the preacher on personal issues, including his relationship with the lady, only for Nigel Gaisie to have an affair with her. How did it happen? Although the public expected Nana Romeo to comment on the issue, the broadcaster kept mute at the time as the rumor went rife. That is also very true. But in a recent interview with Stacey Martin, monitored by Ghana Web, Nana Romeo gave a narration of what transpired. He recalled how he became close to Nigel Gaisie, disclosing that it was after his interview with the preacher about the demise of musician Ebony Rains went viral. When Ebony died, I called Nigel Gaisie because I had seen a video of his prophecy about the incident. He wasn't popular, but the interview shot him to fame, so we became friends. That is not very correct. At the time, Nigel Gaisie was very popular. In fact, he was very popular. The interview probably helped him to come. Every interview helps. I'm not sure that this was the single interview that made him Prophet Nigel Gaisie. Now, just to correct things, I booked musicians to perform at his church. I don't know about that. That could be true because Prophet Nigel Gaisie wanted people to come and perform. Nana Romeo recalled in the Twi language. One holiday, I decided to go out with my girlfriend. The lady had been good to me. She bought me a car. This is the most important thing. Bought me a car, rented an apartment for me, and I told him all the good things the lady had done for me. I don't know if that was what enticed him. The lady and I were about to go to the beach to enjoy the holiday. You see, when Nigel Gaisie called me on the phone that he needed to check out something for me, for him. He needed me to check out something for him, so I should come over. That was when I introduced the lady to him. That was when I introduced the lady to him. Later, he started texting the lady, going out on lunch dates. So his junior pastors were shocked and surprised at his actions, and they called me and told me about it. One day I went to his house. They didn't grant me access. He called the security personnel to tell me he was not around. Later, he called to apologize about the act and claimed he didn't know what came over him. The thought of this hurts me so much. Nana Romeo said, dash it away and come here. Hear me now. I love Nana Romeo. I love Prophet Nigel Gaisie. As to whether this thing happened or not, I've told you already. I asked Nana Romeo. He said it happened. And the relationship was broken. It was not Nana Romeo's wife. It was a fiancé. I asked Prophet Nigel Gaisie, did you do it or did you not do it? He told me, Blakk RASTA, forget about this useless thing. How could I have done that? I'm not going to defend Prophet Nigel Gaisie. He already granted an interview with me and said that one of the things he's fighting in his life is lust. That was years ago. I don't know if he's been able to deal with it now. But great prophets in the Bible, great men of God, fall because of this little thing there that we call sex. I don't know the full story, but Nana Romeo told me exactly what he said here. Nana Romeo is pained that if a lady could buy him a car, rent for him to live in, and all of a sudden, a man that he calls his godfather has snatched the woman, it pains him. Hear me. Nana Romeo, bring his photo there. Let me address him. Nana Romeo, with all respect to a young man, when I began broadcasting, I probably had this mindset too. I believe you will trust me as your big brother and listen to me. Hear me, my brother. She bought you a car. She rented a house for you. Right now you are on your own. You make your own money. You can buy your own car. You can rent your own house or even start building a house. You work with Sedu Agongo. You are one of his topmost gunmen. Why don't you go in there and talk to him and tell him, hey, I'm building a house. I need you to help me finish it. He has companies that make blocks, companies that make iron rods and all that. I'm sure he will support you build the house because you are one of his cherished guys. If you can't talk to him, talk to me. I will go talk to him. You understand? Why am I going that tangent? You have been uplifted from when somebody needed to rent for you. Now you can own your own house. What tells you that this woman wouldn't have left you even if she hadn't met Prophet Nigel? This is a cheap girl. God saved you. How can you have a girl who says she likes you so much she is investing in you, and will meet one man that you introduce to and cheaply fall for that man and leave you out? A man you introduced to her. It means that that relationship was nothing to write home about. You should be jubilating. If I were you, I would go and give Prophet Nigel a seed and say, thank you for exposing this demon in my life. There are some things that happen. And instead of getting angry and getting pained every time you remember this, like my brother Nana Romeo is going through, that you truly have to sit back and go and thank your so-called enemies for exposing your true enemies. Do you think that girl cares whether you are alive or dead? Do you think that girl cares whether you still have an erection or not? Do you think that that girl is still with Prophet Nigel Gaisie even if they succeeded in seducing each other? No, they wouldn't be together anymore. Maybe he has moved on to others. That is if it is his character. So you know what you should do? Raise your level. Own your own house. Own your own car. So when you meet that lady again, she would say that, I used to do these things for him. Now he's doing those for himself. And maybe for other people. Your level has written. What Nigerians would say, levels don't change. I don't sympathize with you. I don't empathize with you. I am happy for you. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonam, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushonam.
This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonam, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we are on YouTube, and our name is Black Empire Media. Make sure you click on the subscription button and click on the notification button as well, so that you will be subscribed and notified anytime we release something. We have a new channel as well. It's called the African History Class, and it's pure African history, black history. Everybody's talking about it. We have documentaries built by us from a very powerful foundation and research background. And it's pictorial, beautiful. You need to check it out. The channel is African History Class, and mind you, African is spelled A-F-R-E-E-K-A-N. History is H-I-S-T-O-R-Y, normal history, but the class is K-L-A-S-S, to bring the difference, the uniqueness. Check it out. You will like it. This is the Blakk Pot. Make sure you subscribe and click on the notification button. Come here. Next story. Next story. Our next story is interesting. It says, AXIM GALAMSEY Lord exposed. We saw a video in which a young man was harassing a policeman. We were told that he was a police informant, and he was the one informing the police on people engaged in illegal mining, aka Galamsey. His name is Kwame. And that video went viral. All those in the video were nabbed. 4 of them except him. He had escaped. Police went into his residence, were able to find some guns and then some bullets, ammunition. But from his hideout, he released a voice note in which he said, hey, listen, the police know that I have these guns. I seized them from some Galamsey people. And the police know that these guns are with me. I'm yet to give them up back to the police for safekeeping. So why is the police pretending? But there is more to this Galamsey kingpin than what that meets the eye. Roll the stories. Drop them one after the other. Watch this. He's telling us why the police is after him. It's not about anything. He says, police after me because of 100,000 booty I confiscated. That's the guy there in the hat. That photo was taken from the video. Run the story. Let's look at it quickly. Kwame Ato Asare Eni, a man wanted by the Ghana Police Service for his role in a viral video in which policemen allegedly involved in Galamsey are being threatened, has spoken from a hideout. Asare Eni insisted in an interview on Kevin Taylor's Loud Silence TV show on April 2, 2023, that he was a police informant and not an armed robber, as a police statement had said. Asked why he felt the police were after him when he is an informant, he explained that the rift between him and the officers had to do with monies that he had taken on their behalf but refused to remit. He said the amount in question was 100,000, 1 billion old Ghana cedis, which he had taken from some illegal miners for onward transfer to the corrupt police. The actual reason the police are after me is that they sent me to collect 1 billion from a site at Kwaku Krom, but I refused to hand over the money to them. That is the reason why they are angry with me, he said. He explained why he held the money. I didn't give the money because I felt cheated after working with them all this while. They were only giving me small sums of 1,000 or 2,000 every time. It is because of the 1 billion I took and failed to give to them that they are accusing me of being a robber. But I am not an armed robber. Nobody can prove that I have ever robbed their site. Safo, AXIM police commander, told me to bring the 1 billion before they will release my car and other machines which they have seized. Dash it away. Corrupt police. Somebody will say, how sure are you that this thing that this guy is saying is the truth? We have heard these stories time and again. We have seen police people go out there. And what did they do? They only went out there to make sure that people will continue doing crimes after taking monies from them. That video that we are seeing right now is Kwame in it, harassing other people, threatening them with a knife. You can see the knife there. He's been portrayed as a violent guy, but he is a police informant. And at the same time, he is also a corrupt police accomplice. He teams with the police and they rob innocent people. He teams up with the police. They run after people, criminals, and they free them after taking bribes from them. That's Ghana police. This is what I keep telling the IGP every time. Look, you can import all the aeroplanes for the Ghana police, all the uniforms and all the dogs for the Ghana police. As long as you don't rebrand the Ghana police, forget it. The old mentality is still there, that you are nothing but bribe takers. Look how soldiers are chasing you and slapping you and beating you on the street. Look how you sat down in a Shaiman for soldiers to come there and ransack the whole place, saying that you are scared to go to some places. We came out and supported you because I have a police background. My whole family is a police background with a few soldiers. I sympathize with the way police people are treated here. But the police people are doing nothing to help themselves and their image. There's another headline I need you to see about this same Kwame. He went to a school in AXIM. And what did he do in that school? Why did he do what he did? You see the policeman in that picture, they're kneeling down and begging him, telling him that, please, I'm wrong, I apologize. He knelt down to beg. Wanted Galamsey once ordered AXIM schools to close over his missing mobile phone. MCE reveals. Hey! What an Al-Qaeda member. The municipal chief executive MCE of the Nzima East electoral area in the Western region, Dorcas Amwa, has revealed that wanted Galamsey, Kwame Ato Asare Eni, once ordered the closure of schools in the community due to his missing mobile phone. She explained that the missing mobile phone occurred during a funeral in the community, which resulted in chaos. According to the MCE, it took the intervention of the educational director, RECSEG, teachers, and community stakeholders to bring the situation under control before the pupils and students could attend school. Speaking in an interview with Peace FM's Evening News on April 3, 2023, she explained, the first time I heard about him, Kwame Ato Asare Eni, was when some settler farmers were having a funeral, resulting in chaos in the community. So he was arrested at the time, and the issue is still pending in court. But I got involved in the case because most of the settler farmers were Northerners. And they reported that he, Kwame Ato Asare Eni, had said his phone was missing in the midst of the chaos. So if they didn't bring the phone, no child should go to school. Dash it away. So you see, and it's in court. Can we trace this matter in the court and authenticate it so that we would be sure that it's not an aftermath or an afterthought? Did he really do that? We all know that this guy has other guys around him. And in the video, he said they were giving money to the police. You came, you wanted money, we gave you the money. Why are you harassing us? It's a shame. And he asked schools in AXIM to close down over his missing phone, or else fire. This is a guy we are dealing with. This is the guy we are dealing with. He said he took 100,000. How many months would an average Ghanaian teacher work to get that 100,000? Doctor, the highest paid doctor in Ghana, how many months would you work to make that money? He made it in just one trip. And he makes such monies like that by joining us with corrupt police. He's built houses for himself. He has cars. Yet the people out there in the universities, bicycles are even a problem. Criminals like this, they make money. He said it, that he took money on behalf of the police. He's been doing that. And they've been cheating him. What police informant takes money from the police for taking money from other people that you've informed on? So he's not actually an informant. In fact, what he does is he will get to know who is doing what. Will tell the police. The police will come in so together they can loot from the people and put them on a payroll. You, this site, Galamsey site, every man pay this amount of money. This man will come and take the money. And he will go with his guys, take the money. But he realized that he could outsmart the police. So he decided not to give this big chunk of money. The IGP needs to come in and deal with this. I sympathize with this IGP. There's so much work for you. God will help you. Hey! Wayo!
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Shodo. And we're running out of time, huh? Next story. Quick. And it says what? Watch it. Kennedy Agyapong mad at rumor mongers. Look at the story. Kennedy Agyapong to resign as Ghana Gas Board Chair. Wow. Reports reaching town newspaper indicates that the member of parliament for AXIM Central and contender of the governing NPP flag bearership race, Kennedy Agyapong, is set to tender his resignation letter to President Nana Akufo-Addo as board chair of Ghana Gas Company Limited. Why? It is clear that the MP would take the decision to enable him properly focus on his presidential ambition. Honorable Agyapong has indicated that his presidential ambitions are genuine and he is not ready to rescind his decision on leading the NPP. Dash it away. So he wants to be flag bearer and move on to become president. And for that matter, he would have to let all these things fall on the roadside so he can move on. Right? And this is the honorable sitting down there. But he's mad at this. He's not ready to let it go yet. He's not ready. No. Enlarge this so I can read it. Watch me. From his letterhead. Official letterhead. Signed at the end. Kennedy Agyapong resigns as Ghana Gas Board Chair. Right? My attention has been drawn to a publication by one town newspaper. My attention has been drawn to a publication by one town newspaper and carried on the online portal City Newsroom on April 3 with the above headline. The publication purports that I intend to tender my resignation to President Nana Akufo-Addo as the board chairman of Ghana Gas in order to focus on my presidential ambition. I wish to state that while it is true that I'll be contesting for my party's flag bearership when nominations open, it is not true. I intend to resign my position. When the time for me to do so arrives, I shall inform the president who appointed me. Dash it away. Who signed it? Roll it up and let's see. You know, he said, I've always worked for God and country, and any decision I take going into the future will surely serve these two purposes. It's the communications team, Ken 2024. No signature, right? Well, so that's it. No signature. They put it out there. So Kennedy Agyapong says it's not time for him to go yet. So we are waiting to hear from him. But, Mr. President, if you truly want to campaign and campaign well, I think you should let that board chairman position go so you can concentrate. The way you are putting in energy, it's time now to go. Other people have resigned long ago, so you too, I think if you truly want to hold on to the thing. Anyway. Now the last thing we're looking at today, my brother, my sister, dash away this one. We're looking at the last thing and we are done. Bawku again. I'm going to spend only 1 minute on this because it hurts me. Some immigration officers have been shot. TreeNews.com. Authentic source of news online. 3 immigration officers shot. 1 died instantly. 1 officer of the Ghana Immigration Service, GIS, has been shot dead by unknown assailants in conflict-prone Bawku in the Upper East region. 2 other officers are fighting for their lives at the Bawku Presbyterian Hospital, where they were rushed after the incident. The 3 were attacked Monday night on their way to Misiga Station. TreeNews.com gathers. It's unclear what the motive of the attackers were, but their action is said to be related to the protracted ethnic conflict in the area. That's it. This is the man who is gone. Handsome man. It reminds me of the one who went down in a Ashaiman. This is the place that we probably need soldiers. This is the place where we probably need soldiers. I'm not a security expert, but the violence is escalating. Curfew upon curfew. People are still blazing guns Every night we hear gunshots. And the sad thing is that these are two brothers who are fighting. The Mampusis are brothers to the Kusasis. One great-grandfather. Check the history. Go deep into the history. They both have the same grandfather. If I go deeper into it, we won't finish. It hurts me. I have a song, Put Down the Arms. It will be released to help bring about peace, but I appeal to the people in the area as a true son of the land. Please, you are brothers. If two brothers fight, nobody wins. It's the enemy who wins. We beg you. You can sit over this, over some pito or some zonkom and sort it out. There's no need for killing. No need for war. We can come together. Nothing is too big for us to resolve. It's been an age-old conflict, but we can resolve it now because we are smarter. Times have changed. Please, I leave it here. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. I want to say thank you. On this sad note, my energy is all gone. I love you. Hey! Wayo!